So talk about growing up in Meriden. That's where you're from, right?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'm born in Jersey,
Okay.
Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
But when I was like probably around two, we moved to Connecticut. It was Danbury, and then I went from Danbury to Meriden. So I've been from Meriden all my life, pretty much.
Meriden's where you grew up, but it just wasn't where you were born.
Yeah, it just wasn't where I was born, though. But I have family out like all over the place from New York, Jersey, and all that shit. But like I'm pretty much like from there. But I moved around a lot of like multiple places, from Boston to like around Salem and
Interesting.
like mad different places. But like yeah, Meriden is pretty much home. And I was out in New Haven New Haven area, like North Haven and shit. But
That's where my girl's from, actually.
yeah, North Haven is actually really fucking nice. Yeah, I really like. Yeah, it's
My grandparents.
that's where her grandparents
Oh,
is at.
really?
My wifey.
Yeah.
So like I just been there for a little bit. I've been in Middletown for a little bit. You know, I built my shit around there. So yeah, pretty much like. But I'm back in Meriden. It's been like 3 years since I like left Meriden.
Yep.
So I'm back in Meriden now. So
That's
it's
nice.
home.
So what was it like growing up there?
It's a small town. Everyone knows everything about you, which is a good and bad thing if you want to like kind of like proceed as like a artist and shit. You know.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. Now the whole place is like turned upside down. Like they got new places, like new buildings and shit, trying to bring people together, kids together, building new homes and shit for other people and whatnot. I was always in the skate park. I skated a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so pretty much it was a nice area to grow up. But now it's just like you just gotta adjust to your surroundings regardless. You know.
Yeah. So would you say skating came before the music?
Music was always part of my life.
Okay.
Like I could say straight up, my mom knew like I was gonna be some type of artist or something like that. So she saw like there's pictures, like honestly, God, there's pictures of me like with my hat backwards, diaper on and everything, but like a comb and me just like rapping, trying to be cool, you know.
Yeah.
So like that part was always gonna be part. Like I knew that was gonna happen. So I believe that music came first, you know.
Okay.
And I used to dance when I was younger as well.
Really?
But,
Okay.
yeah, all that dancing stuff kind of got away because I started like skating. That's the
Yeah.
thing that kind of.
That's how you express yourself a little bit differently.
For sure.
So, who were your biggest inspirations for your sound when you were growing up?
The thing is, with my sound is completely different. Like, because my music right now is it could be universal. It could be a pop song. It could be whatever, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but as far as like my sound, I don't really have an influence, to be honest. I have people that like push me to do different things, but I wouldn't consider as me like having a huge influence. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say like an R&B singer or something like that was my biggest influence because I used to listen to so much different things and it doesn't even sound like the music that I'm doing right now, you know? Like I used to listen to a lot of like Tribe Called Quest, you know?
Yeah.
And listen to a lot of like Gangstar, you know, and like that type of hip hop, but like my hip hop right now is like completely nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So I respect hip hop in general. I grew up with hip hop and I grew up with rock as well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I don't know, like that's a good question though, because I was really thinking about that too. I was like, what is my biggest like influence for my sound? But I think it's more of pain, like if you think about it. You know, it's more of emotion. Like my biggest influence, you know, dealing with the shit that I've been through. So I would say that, you know.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, it does make
You know?
sense. Yeah. It's not so much one specific sound that you like derived it from.
Yeah.
It's actually the experience and emotions that you derived it from.
Exactly, and like I've noticed that music is not like that really anymore, but
Yeah.
like it's beginning to be more open and understanding and appreciated.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
So it's nice to actually like know that you're an artist, you're a rapper, whatever the case may be you want to call yourself, but it's okay to express yourself freely.
Yeah.
Before they didn't do that shit. Before it was only like if you're gangster, you know, you gotta suck up your emotions, you gotta do what you gotta do and say you're the toughest dude in the streets. But now it's just like, you know, it's okay to say that you're weak. It's okay that you're going through shit. Like express yourself, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I like the 21 Savage album. No one would expect him like 4 years ago to put that out.
I agree with that, yeah, because like with him, it's like he's a street dude, a hood dude, but like same thing with Kodak, you know? Like Kodak he's going through his own stuff, but if you actually do listen to his music, he's just as broken as the next person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he just has an outlet to actually push himself because he's a gangster and he's like, you know? So that's why I respect a lot of these new artists that are coming out right now because they're actually embracing their emotions, they're embracing their feelings and shit like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I like where hip hop is like right now, like where hip hop is right now though.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I think hip hop is the best right now at this time. You know.
It's open to whatever you want to do.
Yeah, it's broken down to so much different types of like genres. You don't even know what the hell like hip hop is anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's back like remember in like what was it, the '90s where we started getting all these different types of rock genres where it's like not so much just the heavy metal rock. It was like more to that there.
It's funny because like I was talking to someone not too long ago about that. I was like saying how like hip hop is replacing rock and roll. You know, like yeah, LL Cool J legit just like blowing up, like because he's gonna be in the rock. I think he already is. Yeah, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame already. LL Cool J, Run DMC. These guys are the ones that are the pioneers that brought up hip hop and stuff. You know, and they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at that.
Yeah.
So to see how like the evolution of like hip hop and like the culture of hip hop has, you know, blossom, I think is the best right now. I think it's awesome.
I agree. I feel like rappers are the new rock stars.
Yeah, I love it, bro. And it all depends. Like, you don't have to listen to this person. You can listen to this person. You can listen to that person. You don't have to listen to them, you know? But just in general, I think it's pretty awesome that, like, you have so much options right now. You know, like, if you're feeling lonely, like, some dude, like, fucked you, like, for chicks, if like, some dude fucked you over, your heart is broken, there's this you could listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going through drugs and shit like that, there's, like, this person you could listen to. You're, like, enjoying drugs, you could listen to, like, you don't have to listen to all this music, but just listen to the shit that, you know, connects to you most, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What your mood is feeling. Like sometimes I want the heavy 808s, like where I want to listen to the baby. But other times I deadass want to listen to some old school Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, man.
Like,
oh, man.
It really just comes with the times, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
So where did you get your stage name from?
R.I.P. There's a producer that passed away not too long ago, and I started rapping with him. And he was it was a joke in the beginning, you know, but it was like super pure. It was like
big ass bug.
His big ass bug. All right, so it was like super pure. Like that time was like the first time I heard myself. His name is Jeffrey, by the way. Dominican dude. He didn't know nothing about hip hop, like legit. And my boy David Taylor like introduced me to him. He's like, he has a studio and stuff. I was like, all right, word to me. Like, you know, he's the one that taught me how to smoke back to back to back. Like, you know, like get an eighth, get another eighth. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, no, feel the music. Like, get on the mic. Like, he was super into what he was doing, and he only did like Spanish music though, but I was like his first little like whatever, you know. And then he goes like, yo, so you gotta have a rap name, man. What's your rap name, you know? And I was like, it's Hush, because when I rap, everyone shut the fuck up, you know. It's just a joke, you know. And then from there on, it was just like super, like that time was super pure. Like I remember like the first time I heard myself on the mic, the first time like we did melodic and funny things, you know. It was super fucking interesting of like putting your voice into this microphone, and then you can manipulate whatever you want from the sound. And I was super into it. And then I was like, yeah, just call me Hush and shit. He brought it to Dominican Republic. He was like telling me how he was playing it around Dominican Republic. And everyone was like, who's this guy? And he's like, oh, it's Hoosh. It's Hoosh, you know, because he has his accent and shit. You know, he's like, Hoosh. It's like, who's Hoosh, you know? But fucking, yeah, man, R.I.P. to Jeffrey, man. That dude really, like, he's the one that planted that, you know?
Yeah.
And then after that, for a little bit, I you know, took my music a little to somewhere else, and I called myself Kilogram.
Okay.
And then Kilogram was more like a hip-hop, more lyrical, more stuff like, but I felt like no one was really listening to that, and it wasn't really marketable for, like, you know, getting myself out there. So then I just changed it back to Hush, because the music that I was pushing was super pure. Like I was talking about my addiction, I was talking about drugs, I was talking about getting out of it, I was talking about love, I was talking about just, I'll actually legit let myself go. And that's why I had to switch my name to Hush the Kid.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
So how does skate culture shape your music?
Skating legit is the reason why people know me to this day. Not only from my music, they know that's just a little like, you know, double dip kind of type thing, but like this skating thing was crazy, man. I had no idea it would be like how it went, you know, because my boy David Taylor, like my brother actually knew David Taylor, which is a photographer and video photographer for a lot of things that I do. So he was like, yeah, I go to school for this kid. Like, he was in 5th grade. He was like, yeah, I know this kid that skates and stuff like that, you know. And me and my brother, my older brother, we just was riding around, and we found a fucking skateboard in the dumpster. It was a Pikachu board, like a fucking Pokemon board. I had no idea what the fuck I was gonna do with it. And then my older brother's like, yeah, I know someone, he's in my class, he's just down the road, whatever, we'll get it, like, we'll meet up with him. I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that my brother was just gonna knock at the door and leave. So that's what he pretty much did. He was like, like it was an orphan kind of type of thing. He was like, boom, boom, boom.
I'm out.
Yeah, it's like this is your son kind of type of thing. Like, this is your son, all right, peace, you got to deal with it. It's like something like that. He was like, boom, boom. This is my brother. He wants to skateboard. All right, I'll see you guys later. He just left, and I was just like, what the like. I don't know this kid and shit like that, you know. And then he was just like, looks at me. It was super awkward in the beginning. He goes like, all right, come downstairs. We went downstairs, and it was just a huge like culture of like. Of skateboarding I never saw in my life. Like never saw in my life, you know. It's just like kids that are being hooligans and saying funny shit, and a lot of like stunts and throwing shit, breaking stuff, cursing at old people that don't understand us. Like, it was super rebellion, and I loved it, you know, because I was the type of person that was always kept to myself, and I was like, I want to let out. But yeah, skateboarding is a huge fucking part of my life, man. So much funny memories, so much shit that we've done. Like, I could keep on going on skating because that's part of my life, you know, like, because I've been sponsored. So I was sponsored by a company called Ransom.
Okay. Yeah.
And I like 3 years of skating, I got sponsored, and then from there on, I've been sponsored for like different companies for that long, you know. Mm-hmm. So then I finally landed a board company called Zombie School Bus, and they blessed me to have my own board and shit. So, which is really nice.
Which is fire. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. It's hard for me to call myself a professional skateboarder, but at this time I feel like I deserve it because I sacrificed my body, my time, my effort, who I am, my presentation of like what skateboarding is and music, whatever, and I feel like I deserve it at this point because before I was just
100%.
fuck that, you know.
That's sweet. So how did Zombie School Bus originate? Because I know it's out of Meriden as well.
Yeah, it's not my company. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sal. He's a president pretty much and shit. So like he hit me up and he was like, bro, I got some boards and shit. Like, I want you to ride for it, you know, because I was riding for like at the time I ran the skate for a skate shop called Cutting Edge out in Berlin.
Okay.
So like they've been around from like 1980 something whatever, and they're local as hell. So like I always cop their boards and shit. So he knew I skated all this time, and he was like, bro, I got this board company I'm starting. I got some boards, I got some shirts, but I need some promotion. Yeah. And I feel like you could definitely be that dude that's gonna help me. I was like, all right, word. It's like, but I legit joked. Like, it was a hardcore joke. I was like, if I'm gonna skate any type of board, it better have my fucking name on it. You know, I was just joking on it. He was like, all right, we can make that happen. And I was like, I started laughing, like, no, it's okay. It's like, no, I can make it happen. I'll hit you up tomorrow with a board piece.
Oh, that's.
And I was just like, all right, fine. It's like, just do me a favor. He gave me some money. He gave me like 4 or 5 boards, and then he goes like, here you go, man. Like, this is your time now. Say, do what you got to do. You know. And I was like,
lit.
It's fine, man. You know, like I told him, I was like, bro, I can't jump off of big shit anymore like how I used to. I can't do these certain things like how I used to. And he was just like, bro, just do what you got to do. You're an OG. You know, just skate and enjoy. And I was like, dude, I appreciate that shit because it's hard for skaters to do that. You know. Yeah. So he's like, do what you can, get some promotion, and like I'm getting a new board. I'm getting 2 other new boards coming out this year.
Really? That's dope.
Yeah. So and one is gonna be influenced on a music video, and the other one is influenced on like my life and shit like that. So, and the boards you could get them like in CT Bikes out in Bristol. You can get it over there. You can also hit up the Instagram, the Zombie School Bus is ZSB skateboards. But if you put Zombie School Bus on Instagram, you can find it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you can get it.
That's awesome. And do they have a website for the merch or?
Yeah, they have a website. Everything is like, if you go on the Instagram and shit,
it's all linked.
Yeah, all linked. Everything everything is super easy. You know, just go over there and just check it out. Everyone has Instagrams. You know, just boom, boom, boom.
That's dope. So we're gonna go back into the music now.
Let's do it.
And you had 2 previous interviews that I was looking at. Yeah. The one at WFCS with DJ Krasen. That was also with DJ Be Easy, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then there was also the Be Clear TV one. So I kind of want to dive into the Be Clear TV one. Yeah. So yeah, I thought it was cool that she actually came into your environment, someplace that you know is like homey to you instead of getting you out of your element. And you were talking about how actions speak louder than words, and you were finding your happy place. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Pretty much I'm an open person, you know. I'm like, everyone could find anything and everything about me online. Like, I'm not gonna hide anything. Like, I'm not a fake person. I've dealt with a lot of like addiction and dealing with mental health and stuff like that growing up. So at the time when I was making my music, I was kind of hiding that stuff. And then I finally, like, since I'm doing this music and the way I'm expressing myself, like, I feel like there's nothing to really hide because it's out in the open right now.
Yeah.
So, like, at this point, I'm just like finding my new happiness is just only part of just growing of what I'm doing right now. So at this point right now, I have like 2 kids. You know, I have my wife. I have my own apartment. I got people that are really like dedicated on what they do, from photography to like music. We have studios and stuff like that. We're building brands and stuff. We're helping people, and like for me to know that, like, as a fuck up as I was, people still look for me for that type of inspiration, and I feel very like grateful and feel super fucking appreciated that people will think of me because of that. And that's like one of my biggest happiest things. Like I've hoped like people become professional whatever, you know, and to think about that shit too. Like I have my boy named DP. Shout out to DP Dead Prez. You can find all his stuff on Instagram and stuff. DP tats me up all the time, and he's super intelligent, like, and he's super into what he does. And I remember bringing him from Connecticut to, like, when he was just like tattooing from place to place, for him to go to New York. I brought him to Rochester, and he did his shit. Like, he did his shit. And to see that, and then him grow to now he's a professional tattoo artist. He got everything locked down. He has an opportunity of a lifetime to do whatever the fuck he really wants to do, and he's doing it. And same thing with my boy Apollo. Shout out to Apollo, all sketched out. You can check out all his work, bro. That dude is phenomenal. That dude is phenomenal, bro. That guy is like, shit, man. The Steve Jobs of like Meriden. Like, he could make you into like a 3D character. He could make you like into a cartoon character.
Huge.
He could do anything and everything. Now check this shit out. This guy, he just wanted to become an artist, and now he has his own studio out in Meriden, helped by the city, for him to teach digital art to people with any type of like interest of art, even to autistic people. So now he's opening doors for all these other people, and he's doing digital art. You know, for me to be even part of something like that, you know, it's incredible. Like,
that's probably a great feeling.
I don't care about my you know what I'm saying, like, to see that, like, from there to down is the most amazing thing ever. You know, and same thing with like anyone that does anything that's surrounded by me, you know, like if it's an artist or whatever, like David Taylor's always gonna be around me.
Yeah.
Like, that's my nigga. Like, that's
family.
That's family. Like, he knows my family. He eats rice and beans. He's Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? Like, that's my dude. Like, I love him to death, you know. He knows my family and everything. He's gonna be surrounded by me and stuff, and even to see his growth. You know, from him doing skate videos to like now doing pictures for people that are like on TV.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know, even to be part of something like that is just, that's my happiness. Like, yeah, my music, whatever, it's kind of for myself, whatever, it makes me happy later on. But like, to see people grow, it's fucking crazy, bro.
To see the ones that you were around when you were younger, and just see them blossom.
And not to even think about seeing something like that, and then it just happens right in front of you because you're just living your life, having fun, you know. It's just crazy, bro. I love it.
That's sweet. Going back to your friend with the tats, what would you say is your favorite tat on you?
My face. I got like, well, technically my face. I'm not gonna be like, oh, look at my face tattoo. But like, I got my kids, their birthday, right over here and shit. So like, that's my favorite tattoo. I have like a lot of other tattoos and stuff from like, you know, my whole arms and stuff. I could go into detail, but these 2 mean the most to me.
Yeah.
You know? So like, if someone's gonna look at me and they see it, they're like, yo, so what's going on with that? Like, these are my kids. They changed my life. You know. They mean a lot to me. Yeah. I had to explain that to my mom, and she understood finally, you know. So it's kind of nice.
Which is important, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice, you know.
That is sweet. So you're saying that your boy got a studio.
Yeah.
But where's your favorite place to record at? I didn't know if you meant that.
Well, I got, technically we got 2 studios. You know, like my boy David Taylor's holding it down with his studio. He does like pictures and stuff and videos, as well as with music and stuff as well, like engineering and stuff.
Mixing and mastering.
Yeah, mixing and mastering and all that stuff. But I also have my own home studio. So like I go back and forth sometimes. You know, I go like, hey, I'm working on here. I'm gonna bring something over here. Check this out. Back and forth. Vibe wise, I like going in the studio. Like once you have like a good vibe, vibe wise for sure. But me getting legit work done, like actually trying to like focus on what I'm trying to do. I like to be alone, so I have my home studio.
Yeah.
So I just focus on that instead. So like, like I said, we go back and forth, and then David tells me, oh, you should record it here, or do this over here. Sometimes he throws me some beats. He's like, hey, try this. We actually have songs together and stuff. And same thing with my boy that came over, Prince.
Yeah.
Like, we got like creations, and like everything keeps building up. You know what I mean? Like there's no stopping us. It's gonna something's always gonna pop up. Either it's a picture, a video, like this. It's gonna be content regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're doing this all by ourselves. So, and it's
that's
really
important.
Yeah.
Knowing that you got a team that you can rely on that's all in house, so much better. Nice. So I see that you have done a couple performances, right?
Yeah.
Were you at the one that was at Semesters Bar?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had Semesters, and then you had the Silver City Ballroom. So can you talk about what's your biggest thing that you've learned from performing?
I mean, I've been performing for the longest, to be honest. Like, the biggest thing about performing when it comes down to people is that some people think performing is easy. It's really not. Like moving the crowd and learning like what to say, what to do, like how you portray yourself and stuff like that. A lot of people think it's just like, oh, I got good music, I'm just gonna perform. It's not like that. It really isn't, bro. Like you really have to like people make fun of me if I sit down for like 3 hours, because before a performance I like to sit down for 3 hours and just listen to all my music and just capture those feelings again. Because like every song that I have is just those feelings are different. It's hard to kind of channel those feelings again. So like performing, it's really critical and super, super, super important when it comes down to being a performer. So like there was times where like, cause I was homeless and my girl was pregnant waiting in the car, and I had to just run inside and be like, yo, I got $200, I got an opportunity right now to perform in front of so and so and so, and this is all we got pretty much, and I'm homeless shit, and then once I give that fucking money down, it's all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Like everyone's gonna get their shit rocked. I don't care. Like if people are looking at me like I'm a fucking weirdo, they're like, don't get it twisted, because once I fucking do my music, they're gonna understand. And it's not me being like cocky or anything like that, because I have people from like Shady Records, like I perform in front of Shady Records, Young Money, was it Sony Records and everything like that, and they get it twisted where I was just like, oh, he's just a fucking weirdo. Oh, he's just like, I don't know. But once they hear that shit, and once I see that, like in the beginning, like they look at me funny, like proving them wrong is not even the icing of the cake. Pleasing yourself is the icing of the cake.
Yeah.
Because once you get to that point, it's like, yeah, I did it. Everyone else is gonna be like, yo, here's opportunities. Opportunities start rolling. Because like hip hop artists and everyone are super fucking cocky. Like they're super emotional. Yeah. They're super like they don't want to build with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's really hard, especially when it comes out to Connecticut.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like legit, like no disrespect, I had to drive an hour away for us to build this. So we could make a stamp in Connecticut. And we haven't,
Oh, 100%. I agree completely.
It's crazy. It's not like how New York, you just go down the street, go down to fucking 4th, 5th Ave, whatever the hell you want to go to, and then everything's done right then and there. It's not like that, So it's really hard to like build what you got going on. But when it comes down to like like how me and you are like legit, we dabbed or legit, we felt whatever, that's the most important thing ever. So when it comes down to performing, you gotta make sure that you connect with these people. Yeah. Like there's a person that came, like I remember last time there's a person that came up to me and she said that like you're the reason why I've been clean for about like 5 months from heroin.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Heroin is a heavy thing, but for them to even come up to me and be like, I've been seeing you perform, that means a lot to me. Like the shit that you say, your story and stuff like that makes me want to be a little better. And from there on, bro, I was like, it's on. Like I don't care about anything else. I don't care about like fucking.
If you help someone like that, that's just one of the many that you're gonna help throughout the years.
Because I've been there, you know what I'm saying? Like not in a heroin, like it's like more of like an addiction kind of thing with like pills and whatever. Like I've been through all that shit, But like for someone to take that time to be like, hey, listen, thank you, give me a hug, and say like I listened to this song specifically, and it made me want to do this. Like that's a whole, what I mean? That's something that you can't really fucking beat.
Nah, bro.
The best beautiful feeling that I ever felt, like when it comes out to actual someone that receives and understands your music. That's something that's amazing for me.
Facts. Actually, I lost 2 of my best friend's older brothers, both to heroin, like in the past.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Appreciate that, man.
I'm sorry to hear that.
4 years. So like, you know, I had my whole spurt of not like that hard stuff, but like I still did stuff. I still did pills. I still did, you know, all the things that you could think of, and I had to stop myself and reevaluate my life because it wasn't through music, but it was through seeing the pain through others and realizing you got to get better.
Yeah, to this day, dude, it happens, bro. Like I've lost so many fucking people, bro. So many beautiful people, bro. Like beautiful people.
And it's not their fault.
It's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? Addiction and shit like that is a heavy thing. A lot of people don't come out from that shit.
No.
You know, I'm blessed to come out from it, legit, and it's hard for me to continue. But it's rewarding as shit.
It feels great when you know you're not doing it.
Feels fucking amazing. To know that my kid is smiling and calling me daddy. To know that I get to see my other, like Ollie, like my little kid, like the baby Ollie, running around and trying to fucking like attack me and shit. Like that's great. I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that any day than me just go back to where I was. You know, back to like how going through the whole rehab thing and going back all the way to like suicidal, all this crazy shit. Like I'd rather fucking just wake up in the morning and see my kids and tell like them saying how much they're happy to see me, or you know, like my oldest one, his name's Eli.
Yeah.
Every morning he comes up to me, he says, "Daddy, I love you." You know, for that shit, that's all I need.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's
I'm
driving
not.
Force.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be someone that's gonna hide anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that shit fucking means so much to me. You know, and I love them for that. They saved my life. You know.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So going from that, let's go into your projects.
Yeah.
So you have Keep It on the Hush. That was a year ago now, and was it Shush?
Yep. Shush. Yep.
So that was 10 months ago. So starting off with Keep It on the Hush, what inspired this project?
Keep It on the Hush was more of like, that's the first project that I like was released as Hush the Kid.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something that really meant a lot to me, and I actually poured a lot of like emotions and stuff towards that whole album. And then it was just an opener, you know. So then there was a lot of things that, like, when it comes down to my music, there's a lot of things I haven't let go yet. And Keep It on the Hush was something that I can actually just like, all right, this is how it is. I'm a fuck up. Let's get it. All right, everyone understands me. Whatever. Like, don't be surprised at the things that I do, but don't, like, even if it's good or positive, don't be fucking surprised, like, because I'm letting everything out. You know. So like Keep It on the Hush was definitely something that meant a lot to me. And it built my brand, you know, because I had to rebuild my brand several times, you know. I legit build my brand about like 4 or 5 times to where I'm at right now. You know? But yeah, that project, I could listen to it still to this day, you know, even though it was a year ago. Like I'm very critical of what I post.
Yeah.
If I do singles, push singles. If I do like a whole project, it's gonna take a while before I get a project from me, you know, because I'm doing this out of my fucking own will.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's a process. You can't, like, especially if you care about what you post, like you were saying.
Yeah,
like,
I really do care about it, bro. Like, I could say about popping Molly and fucking snorting and going crazy. I could do that all I want. It's easy. It's fucking easy. But too much of that shit is being presented into this world where there's something that's not even, like, realistic. It doesn't seem real for other people because they're too caught up of, like, this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to make music that sounds really fun, really good, but at the same time have a message to it. Because there's not a lot of music that sounds like a little Uzi or, like, kind of like a SoundCloud kind of mix.
Yeah.
But has meaning to it. Because usually it is just like, I put it in the wrist, hey, put it in the shit, hey, like, you know, it can only get for so long, but, like, what are you really saying? Like, who are you really influencing? Like, how are you really going to build this whole thing of getting everyone together? What, by just drugs? You going to get everyone together because of drugs? Because you pop Molly and you like that? No, I don't have time for that, bro. Like, I have energy. You know, I need energy. There's no, like, that's my drug right there. Like, if I see people, like, coming in and just, like, loving the music that I do, that's all that matters to me. You know? Because it takes so much for me to be open like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So for someone to appreciate the shit that I do, I go beyond for these people, like, believe it or not. And even though it's just like something small, but I go beyond for these people. Hit me up, go ahead, tell me like what you're going through. It's okay, you know, like we all been through it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is beyond music at this point. You know,
it's humanity.
Yeah, it's about like building the next generation. It's not like music is an easy way to get out there. But I'm saying like building the next generation is completely fucking that's a lifetime. You know? 100%. Like the Kid Cudis and the Drakes and the people that like the Mac Millers and shit, you know, like that, like around the middle 2000s, like, well, pretty much middle 2000s.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
2000s, 2010s.
Yeah, exactly, 9, 10, whatever, with the Wiz Khalifa's and stuff like that, you know, they built everything because of the vibe.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? And they sculpted the culture for the next culture. So that's the thing that I want to do. I don't have time for all this, like, just matching and being the next person just like this person. I don't want to be like this person. I want to be like myself.
Yeah, pigeonholing yourself into that one mold.
Yeah, for sure.
So, off of that project, you had the music video for Done to Me.
Yeah.
So, this was actually released, 2 months ago, right?
Yeah, 2 months ago. So, like, the project was a year ago.
Yeah.
Done to Me was the first song that I posted up on SoundCloud. And it legit, dude, as soon as I posted that up, as soon as I was refreshing it, man, it was like 10 new people that are listening to. So, like, I'm a huge SoundCloud head. You know, I believe if you find one platform, you slay it, they're going to know you for that.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, if I'm the type of person that be like, oh, I got all my shit in platforms, I don't treat it like that. The platforms, find me anywhere, I mean, Google, whatever. Mm-hmm. But if I have one specific thing that you could only find me as like an underground type of thing, it means more.
Yeah.
You know, so I did a whole like SoundCloud thing, and it Done to Me, I was legit like refreshing it, like legit 10 new followers or 10 new people listening to it, and then it started building up really quick, and then I was like, I need to do a music video for this. So in the beginning of the music video, it was more like a theatrical kind of type of thing. Shout out to Marty the Martian. He filmed the beginning of it, and then David Taylor filmed the rest of it.
Yeah.
And I had to make sure that like everything was planned out right, because like with me, I could just like go in front of a camera, be in front of a nice car, and a nice chick shaking her ass, and be like, hey, you know, I got like in the money showing and shit, and that's a music video. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I actually legit want to direct something. I want some meaningful, something that's going to catch the eye, artistic, you know, something that's going to be out there. So, it took me about a good 8 months for me to release this music video. And then I finally released it. I was super happy. Like,
that's great.
Yeah, and I edited it as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I do editing as well. So, I grabbed the clips from The Martian, and then I grabbed the clips from DT, and we put it together, and then I just, like, I edit the whole thing by myself.
People don't realize that's the biggest pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
It's so satisfying once you get it done.
Yo, shout out to David Taylor. He legit taught me how to do that shit. Like, he was just like, hey, he was like, check out this program. It's called ULead or something like that. I was like, all right. And I did it, and he was like, right, wasn't it ULead?
We're like...
See, this is proof. Like, well, we're like, that means that we're going way back. That means that we're going way back, bro. Like, ULead, like, dude, like, and he was like, yo, go to this class.
Yep.
Because he did like this whole like video editing and stuff like that, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll try. And then I went to this class, and Mr. Lorenz, right? Yep, Mr. Lorenz, and he taught me how to do the whole program and shit like that. So we go back and forth sometime. I'm like, yo, David, check out this simple, and he was like, yo, you should add this clap, you should add this and this and that, and then, you know, we make shit happen. You know, like I set him a nice little easy thing, and he just adds a little boom, boom, boom. You know, so it took a while. We did like legit. It was probably altogether 30, 40 people to make that music video happen, if you like legit count, like with parties and people coming together and going in the, like, you know, the alley and shooting a music, like, you know, with like graffiti in the back. Like it took a lot of people to legit be part of that shit, and I really appreciate that for sure.
That's everybody that wanted to help the movement.
And the thing is, like, it's crazy as fuck that it was like on a Friday, because people got like, it was in the daytime too, people got work and people got kids and shit. We're old enough already, you know what I mean? So, like, for them to actually take that time to, like, go out and, like, do that shit, that's awesome, you know? And the next music video I'm doing, I'm just gonna take my time. Like, people gotta understand this shit. Like, it takes time for good content. Like,
it's a process.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to be a director. I don't want to be someone that's just gonna give you a whole, like, oh, well, I'm here and this is how it is.
Yeah.
I can't do that. You know, because, like, everything that I put, every emotion that I put needs to mean something. And that's it. Plain and simple. Period, you know?
I like that. So then let's talk about Shush. What did you do differently with this project compared to Keep It on the Hush?
Shush was more of like when it came to like Keep It On the Hush, it was more of like more emotional and Let It All Out is like Hush Volume 1 kind of type thing. So if I do like Hush Volume 2, it's gonna be more of like more promotional radio songs, you know, that's all it was pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I'm just showing people that I could do both. You know, like I could do something that's like a project that could last and it could be a classic because that's what I want. Like that's that whole Keep It On the Hush. I want it to be a classic. That's my whole goal. So like that right there, when you hear Hush the Kid, the first project that came out, and you hear it, like this makes sense. So that's what I wanted. The Shush like project was like it was fun. I expressed myself. I could be silly, right? It doesn't have to be like fucking depressing shit all the damn time. So there was just a different like kind of switch to it. It's like so when I show people on the radio, they're like, "Oh, I like to play this shit in the radio." It's more pleasant for the radio than something that's more about like addiction and killing, trying to kill yourself or whatever. You know, you're trying to pick up yourself. So like, I've done that, and then people like picked up way more faster, and it helped. You know, so for now on, I've just been doing like singles and shit. You know, I've just been doing like projects where like features and shit. You know, trying to show that I could compliment other people as well.
Which is smart. I like that. And going into those singles, so we have something that we used to do. I'm trying to bring it back now.
Okay.
It's called the Breakthrough Breakdowns. And you talk about whatever memory comes to mind when I say the song names. And this is, either the night of the recording session, what inspired the song, stuff like that. Whatever you think of when I say the name. So...
Do I need another beer for this one?
Might as well.
That's funny. No, let's do this.
Okay, first one, Petty.
Petty, yeah. Petty? Do I have to say one word, or can I say a little something?
Say a story.
All right, so...
Be careful.
I got my wifey here. So, no, Petty was more of like me giving... Like, it's not really about myself, but it could reflect to other people. But when I did that song, it was just more of like... I'm giving you everything, and just letting you know that you could, like, not lose this, but everything could crush by being petty. So that was the whole concept of the whole song, you know? So, like, it was just me just letting it all out, letting them know that's like, letting her know that you got a good one. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, that, like, it's pretty much like I'm here for you. Like, just don't try to crush this because of pettiness. And I'm a petty-ass motherfucker. I'm gonna be legit. Like she could vouch and everything. My wife could vouch. Like I'm a petty motherfucker. But it's about how far the pettiness goes. Like, is it really worth like destroying everything? Mm-hmm. So like when I record that shit, bro, it was just like this is something that needs to be presented to not only for myself to others, because to let them know that you're not fucking you're not the only one out there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. What about fuck with you?
That's like fuck with you. Pretty much that's like how, like, you got me, I got you, I'm gonna ride for you even though you're wrong or right. Just know that you're not a real one. So that's what, like, when I did the whole fuck with you. So yeah, pretty much that's what it was.
I like that. What about Give It Up?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Shit, dude. Yeah, Give It Up was super hard for me to, like, to present, you know? Because there's, like... People could like click on it, whatever, that you could find it, Give It Up on SoundCloud and shit, but it's mostly about like the generation that we live right now, and how it's so destructive and so fucked up, and how like they're super blind of like the truth of life, Okay. And I've been there, everything is just like fourth wall to everyone. It's just like anything that's presented on a screen, and you could have the time of your life, but in the background you're really fucking up. So, like, people could actually, like, hear that shit. Like, people cringe on hearing that shit. Like not cringe, like, in a good way. Because it's the type of thing that's, like, is not talked about.
It's a realization.
Yeah. It's like Brenda Has a Baby for, like, the SoundCloud area. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for people to understand and see the story about it, So, it's just, like, Give It Up is definitely, like, I'm going to say, like, this generation I hate and is a waste of time. That's it.
I call it that I saw this I went to the Xfinity Center one day and I saw all the guys in the basketball jerseys and all the girls in the crop tops, and I was like, they're living in the Matrix.
Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. If I get killed for talking about something that's just like realistic right in front of you, like this is like Let's break this fourth wall bullshit. It's right in front of you, bro.
And I used to be a part of the Matrix too, so.
Yeah.
I can't throw stones.
Yeah, but it's hard to break through, and that's what you're doing right now. You know, CT breakthrough.
I was just about to say. No pun right there.
No pun intended.
Okay, what about Judge Me?
Judge Me was more of like, yeah, I'm going through my own shit. I'm a fuck up, but this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot take me, and you cannot break me, because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing. You know, like I'm seeing bigger pictures from this. I'm not seeing something that's completely like in a small level. I'm gonna put some songs and see if everyone liking shit. No, I'm trying to change lives. Like, I'm trying to fucking get people like thinking about their lives. You know, like I want my music to hit other people to another point that is just like, oh, this sounds good, yeah, for sure. And then it takes them probably like a year for them to understand.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I didn't know about this shit. Now it's timeless. I gotta hear this shit again, you know? So like Judge Me was the type of thing was just like, hey, take me how I am, is who I am. You know, like I'm not gonna change for anyone.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
And what about the rock remix to Hotline Bling?
Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was super fucking wasted.
Yeah.
Alright. And that was like, that song was probably the first song that I was just like, alright, I'm gonna be in a rock kind of space. You know?
I liked it. It was interesting. Really? Yeah.
It was hard for me to actually kind of take it in. Because like that's something that's like I used to do screamo shit. I used to do like fucking hardcore bands when I was younger and shit.
I love that shit.
Yeah, dude, I used to do that, and then it's just the fact that it was like I want to test that level of like reaching that high and people feeling it.
Yeah.
So that was the type of thing that was just like I had to do it so it could open up.
Okay.
You know, so it could be like, hey, rock people could listen to my shit. Hey, pop charts could listen to my shit. You could listen to this shit in fucking Kiss 95.7. You know. So like you just never know. I'm trying to like reach different type of platforms as well. You know. So like that Hotline Bling, bro. Like when that shit came out, man, everyone was going crazy with that turtleneck and him fucking dancing in the background. Like yo, like it lasted for about a good 4 months of like trending.
Exactly.
You know.
One of the longest lasting trending moments.
Now the funny part is that I made that song a year ago.
Really?
Yeah. And then I felt like that time a year ago was perfect for me to post it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, fuck it. You know, like, everyone remember the time where this is the time where Hotline Bling came out. Don't forget about it. Mm-hmm. So then I just waited for a year and I just finally posted. Everyone's like, yo, you should have posted. It's like when I showed it, people like, post it. But it took me about like a year for the right time. And then, you know, it's been doing good so far.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, thank you.
That's dope. How about Easy? That's what your boy.
Oh, Easy. Yo, Prince, bro. That's a song what we did. Remember, I was like, I couldn't do. Yeah. That
was a wavy.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Is that the one that we recently did?
The one we recently did. So I had this song done, and it's. Thank you. I had this song like done about probably 3 weeks, 2 months about like a month or two done.
Yeah.
And then the whole time I had it saved, and I was like, fuck, man. Like I really want someone to do this hook, but I can't do it. Like I legit couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have this idea, hear this shit, this is how it goes, and I sent it to my boy, and he was just like, I haven't made music in a while. I was like, you're gonna fucking make music right now.
Yeah.
So he just went on, and I was like, he was like, nah, man, do another run. Nah, do another run. Nah, do another. Like he kept doing it. I was like, see, this is what I want. More takes, more sound. Keep going, you know, and he did it, and then I was just like, I was super fucking happy, you know, because I was like, yo, I hear the lyrics, but this is how I kind of want it, but I want it in your sound, you know? He fucking slayed it, like, perfect, the way I want it, you know? And that was more of, like, if you actually listen to the track and listen to, like, what I'm saying, it's, like, real lyrics, you know, but it's, like, a little funky kind of, like, you know, hey, you know? But, like, I'm trying to keep people in tune, you know? Like, the shit that I'm saying does mean something, but it's going to take a year for you to understand it.
Yeah.
You're too caught up in doing your little dance and shit because it sounds good, but it's gonna take you a year, you know? And it's building up still to this day, you know? And I love that song, dude. I've been holding on to that song for so long, bro. And that's like legit, like probably the first song like that I have, like that's like 3 minutes or something like that, 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. Because all my songs are super short. Yeah, super short. It's instant music.
They're like 132-minute song, right?
Instant music. That's what I'm saying. You think people are going to sit down and listen to a song that's 10 minutes? 3, even 4 minutes is too long. You know, my
unless
shit,
you're already big.
Yeah. They want that shit if you're big. You know, you're gonna have another collab with it if it's gonna be something that's 3 minutes. You know. So I mean, my Insta music, like Instagram, music, same shit. You know, like you get what you get. Here, there you go. It means something. It's to the point. Take it how you want to. Like you can judge it, whatever. Do what you want with it. You know. So that's what it is.
And then the newest one that dropped 3 days ago, Body Drop with DRC.
Yeah. Shout out DRC.
That's you got a voice for rap.
Huh?
You got a voice for rap.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so yo. I don't want to give no full credit to no one, bro. No one. Mm-hmm. But that kid, boy, he's, as soon as he starts going, he goes. You know, and I appreciate that kid because he's actually a painter. And he's also a barber and stuff like that. He's having his own barbershop as well out in Wallingford. Like, he's doing his shit, bro. Doing his fucking shit. And then he cut my hair. He was like, yo, I want to kind of interview you pretty much. Cut my hair, ask a couple questions. And then next thing you know, that kid was going. Like, he's going, you know. He has all his shit in all platforms. He's like, I recorded a lot of his work, you know. Like, I was pretty much one of those people that is an influence to one of his first projects, and like I've seen him grow, bro. It's, I love him, man. He's a really good kid, like super fucking intelligent, super driven. That song, we actually had that song done a year and a half. Really? Like, all these musics, like all these tracks and shit like that. I'm telling you right now that these things are super. I know that they're timeless, but it takes time for something that's timeless. Mm-hmm. You just can't be like, oh, I got this hot track. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna release it right now.
Here you go, take it. No, I can't do that shit.
You gotta sit with it.
Mm-hmm. I want something that can stick to the bone. Something that's gonna be like, oh, I can still feel this shit every time I hear it, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm at right now. And that song, bro, like, we held that shit for so long. I was like, yo, bro, I've known him for years. I'm talking about, like, fucking, like, probably 8 years or so, even a little bit more, 10 years probably. And we finally made a song together. And it took us this long for us to make songs together because I believe in relationship.
Yeah.
So we had that relationship, we held on to it, and it was just like timeless. For me, it was timeless. Like,
making those songs with people that you actually are cool with compared to getting a feature for $50 or something. Mm-hmm. Totally different vibe.
I'm willing, I was talking about my boy David, I'm willing to fucking spend a good portion on something that's like legitimate. I cannot spend my money on something that's like
half-assed.
Sounds right. Yeah, it sounds right, but it doesn't sound right. I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm gonna put $1,000 or whatever the case would be of my hard working money that like I saved, it better be something worth it. You know? So I don't pay for nothing whatsoever. Like, I work from my fucking house to like my boy David's fucking studio, everything. Like, we just try our best to save as much money as possible, but actually give good content and give meaningful music. That's all it is.
I like that.
You know?
So going towards like the outro, my one question that I got that will make you think a little, what would be your dream collab with any rapper and producer, dead or alive? So it can be, or we can just say artist. So.
Can I pick two?
You can pick two.
All right. So as far as artist or producer, or like how are we gonna do this?
However you want to do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick one artist. If I was gonna do probably Juice WRLD.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. He's dead or alive. Yeah, he said dead or alive. So I would definitely do Juice WRLD, but if Juice WRLD was more in his bag of, because we haven't even got to that content where he's just like, I mean, there's songs and stuff saying like help me and stuff, but like I want to be in Juice, like when Juice WRLD was like he's like growing, you know what I mean? Like he's away from that shit and he's gone through his shit like how I'm going through, you know what I mean? So like if I had it's impossible, but I'm saying if I had that moment where he was just like, yeah, I did all this drugs, I'm being better and this and the third, that's the time I want to make music with him. Mm-hmm. As far as producer, I would say Pharrell.
Interesting.
Pharrell.
And why?
I don't know. Pharrell reminds me of me. Like, it's just like the whole skateboarding and the whole being a weirdo and like you're light skinned and you're, you know, different from everyone else, but like you kind of go, like you get away with it but not really get away with, like it's just that whole idea of just like being yourself. Like I love that shit. Like I was talking to my boy David about like Rockstar.
Yeah.
You know, that song, like like it's almost over now, almost. And then they had like skateboarding in the gym, and they had like, dude, it was great, bro. When I saw that music video, I was like, this is the type of dude I want to be.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I want to make music with this guy some way, somehow. So definitely like Pharrell, and making music with someone like Juice WRLD, and if it's someone that in the past, if Jimi Hendrix was alive right now, I would make music with him. If it was right now, though.
Imagine like all these songs with like a Jimi Hendrix feature nowadays.
Future would be fucking way more crazier than where it is right now. You know what I mean? Like, I listen to Future religiously. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Future. But it's just about, like, I like listening to his music. It is not an influence. I just like listen to his vibe and listen to what he got going on.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like Future. I don't want to make music like Future. I want to make music like Hush. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but, like, listening to that shit is, like, and he has his own lane. It makes me pumped up. It's, like, stick to my own lane. You know? So, like, yeah. So, three. Jimi Hendrix, Juice WRLD, and Pharrell.
Nice. I actually heard, sadly, if Jimi Hendrix didn't pass away, supposedly him and Miles Davis were going to collab.
Ooh.
But obviously, it
Yeah.
didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
But, you know, Miles Davis, I just took a history of jazz class, and I was learning about how he actually went to a concert I think he was supposed to, or he was performing at, and he stayed for a Jimi Hendrix set. And after that, that's when he started doing stuff like, that's when he got inspired to do like Bitches Brew and like all the jazz rock fusion. So if you look at pictures of Miles Davis pre knowing Jimi Hendrix and post Jimi Hendrix, he was like, you know, he had a suit on prior, you know, really just like, granted he was still doing heroin and all that stuff. He was still doing all the bad stuff, but like he was, you know, tight kept compared to, he looked like a rock star. Post Jimi Hendrix.
Can I ask you a question since you talk about like the whole like, where do you feel that hip hop is going? Like in my, because I kind of want to like, I'm not here to like to interview you, but I just want to like, where do you feel like hip hop is going?
What we were talking about earlier, down many different roads, where it's like we still got artists like the Coles and the Kendricks. We're still gonna have them. They're still gonna make their music. Just like when you hear like some of the older artists still making music, they're getting a little bit newer with their sound, but they still got like, you know, the 90s people still sound like they're from the 90s. You know, the 2000 people still have like a Fat Joe project still gonna sound like Fat Joe.
Like Fat Joe, yeah.
But like, you know, it's still modernized a little. I just think that there's going to be a sound for the 2020s, and that's going to be the kids that are still kids right now. There's going to be a sound that's still like the 2010s. I think it's just going to constantly evolve in each other's different lanes and different genres to the point where it's not going to be like how we thought about it in like early 2000s where hip-hop is just hip-hop.
Do you believe that hip-hop is going to be sound? At this point? Like, in your personal opinion? Do you feel like it's going to be something that's going to be like highs and lows and oohs and ahs, and that's what makes a song? Because like it's good production. Do you feel like it's going to be more of like beats than vocalized?
That's a real good question.
Because like we're living at the world right now where everything is robotic.
I feel like definitely, especially going into the 2020s, like the producers are not the second man in the scene anymore. They're like, you know, if, for example, is it Hit Boy? Let's see. Yeah, Hit Boy. You're gonna see, like, for example, Big Sean's song Berserk with A$AP Ferg. It's featuring A$AP Ferg and Hit Boy. The song, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. The song Nipsey Hussle, Roddy Ricch, and Hit Boy. And so it's
Hit
like,
Boy, huh?
yeah, so...
I had no idea that song was a Hit Boy.
Yup.
Wow.
Yup. So he's like producing it, but he's not, it's like just like you see DJ Khaled.
Yeah, like Lauren London and like, excuse me.
London on the Track.
London on the Track, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but you talk about Nipsey, I was just like, well,
Yeah.
No, yeah, London on the Track, yeah.
So it's like, they're definitely becoming like, you know, the bigger names. Like people know the producer as well. So like, the beat's gonna be a huge thing, but I still feel like there's gonna be the artists out there that want to express their voice.
So you feel like it's gonna be more of a 50-50?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more of a balance.
I think it needs to be 50-50. That's just my opinion.
Because these producers, I mean, like, the artists are definitely doing their work, and don't get me wrong, like, when I hear a song that doesn't have an artist on it, it's not as, like, inspiring, but, like, when you put them together, it's a chemistry like no other.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, the whole energy shit, dude, that's something that's gonna take everything to the top, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about, like, a good song. That good song was made by good energy.
Facts.
You know? So you gotta stick to that whole thing.
Yeah, bro. So, quickly before we do our last little segment, you got the Dirty Dirty podcast. Episode 1 was being successful. So, what is your ultimate goal with this podcast?
Fuck, man. Is the goal from this podcast is just to find myself. Like, everyone knows me that I'm a fucking joker. Everyone knows that I'm a fucking, I'm an asshole or whatever the case might be. But I haven't even got a chance to know myself and embrace myself, that knew me.
Yeah.
So, like, this whole podcast idea was just like, hey, it's gonna, I legit have about, like, 2 months of fucking podcast that is gonna be coming out really soon. It's gonna be like boom, 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 boom. So, like, I've been doing this for quite some time, but it's just about, like, the timing, like I said again, the timing is everything. So, like, I'm just trying to find myself. Like, yeah, I say stupid shit, I say fucked up shit, whatever, but, like, I have to let it all out so I could better myself. So that's the whole goal of it. I have another thing called Keep It on the Hush, where I just have people that really help me become who I am to this day. Like, from, like, a boy, my, DP, he's a tattoo artist. I had him on. I had someone that was an R&B singer that came over. I had someone that, like, it's just people that are super, like, my boy Jay Black. Shout out to Jay Black. He's, like, the reason why I make this hype music crazy as shit, Like, I had him over, and it's just, I've learned so much bullshit that I had no idea about, and it made me fucking want to, like, embrace my relationship with these people and build more with these people, So, the whole Dirty Dirty podcast is us being fucking talk about real shit, and then it gets dirty as shit.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Keep It on the Hush, where I'm trying to learn and be better and understand other people's life and shit, so.
That's the beauty of talking to others. You embrace their culture, their lifestyle that you wouldn't get to if you didn't ask.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I'm learning to be like, hey, I'm not the only one in this fucking world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's other people that are dealing with their own shit. I can't take anything to heart. And this is my path of learning other life forms as well as me learning myself. So that's the reason why I did the whole Dirty Dirty podcast. Even when it came to, like, even me doing a podcast in general. Like, I want to find myself. So that's the whole idea of, like, doing this whole podcast. Like, in all aspects,
I love it. Nice. Alright, so this next one.
Yes.
One question, but with 3 parts. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
1, 5, and 10. 1 year, more shows, more videos.
Yep.
That's easy, just that's the simple thing, whatever. Get out there more. I said 5 years and then 10 years after?
Yep.
Okay, so 5 years, I see myself where my kid, like, both kids are making their own music.
Nice.
I see that
Start
shit.
them young.
Oh yeah. My 5-year-old, bro, this is a track, bro, fire.
Oh,
it's a love track about him, like, saying that he don't want no one in his house, he just wants you in the house. Like, Eli's a little slick one, bro, on some real shit, yo.
Yeah.
We call him Little Hush, excuse me, that's not Eli, Little Hush.
Hey.
That's my son, Little Hush. But
Big Hush and Little Hush.
yeah, Little Hush, yeah, but I'm my 5-year plan for sure when it comes down to music is just about embracing what is in front of me more than what I am embracing it right now. Like, I'm embracing it, I'm enjoying it, whatever, but I want it to actually, like, it's gonna really take a toll in my life, and it's gonna really, like, change something in the next generation in the next 5 years.
I love it.
And then 10 years, shit, man, I see, like, myself probably getting this shitload of fucking money, stacking it inside the fucking wall in a trap house, and just cover that bitch up Like, you know, I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know, like, no one's gonna tell me otherwise. I got a nice house and shit. Not really a trap house, but, you know, like, no one's...
No, of course.
You know, like, it's a nice house. I have fucking millions in my walls and shit. And if anything happens, I break a fucking wall and there you go. Like, we could take care of it, you know?
Yeah.
10 years, that has to happen. That's it.
That's a goal.
That's the goal. Shoving fucking money in a wall. That's the goal.
I love it, bro. All right, so are there any other shout outs you want to give before we end today's interview?
Yeah. I was gonna write down a couple of shout outs, but I'll just say it top of my head. Shout out to my wifey and my family first of all, because like everything that I do, like they understand. Like I had to leave today, and Eli was just like my little one was just like, "Where you going?" It's like, "Oh, I'm going to an interview to talk about you." He started laughing. He's like, "No, you're not." You know, like it's just I wanna give a shout out to him, let him know that he could do anything and everything he wants as long as there's money to be made, because he knows that shit. I've been telling him that shit off the fucking regular. Enjoy your fucking life, make sure there's money. So shout out to my family, shout out to my wifey Sam, shout out to, you know, Eli and Ollie, both kids and shit. That's first of all.
Yeah.
Shout out to my supporters as well as Zombie School Bus, you know, and David Taylor, Prince, because he's out here too, and made that fucking fire ass track that even come out like 3 weeks ago and needs fucking more plays. So like shout out to him as well.
A bunch of fire, honestly.
Yeah, it is fire. Yo, shout out to him, and as well as my parents.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of sacrificing, so shout out to them and everyone and anyone that are like that's pushing their goal and be a better person and try to give that drive. Everything, just shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, like nothing's gonna stop you. Just keep pushing as long as there's fucking energy that's pushed out and as well energy. That's it.
That's love.
Yeah, all love. I don't give a fuck, yo. Everyone thinks I'm a fucking asshole. And the thing is, like, I want fucking people to work with me. Like, I want to work, bro.
DMs are open.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. DMs are fucking open, yo. Facebook, all that shit. You can find all my shit. Can I,
Yeah, go ahead.
So plug. All right, so you can find my shit in Instagram, Hush the Kid, and also like it's all together. If you're gonna do Hush the Kid all together, you might as well put it on Google and put Hush the Kid together, and you find all the information. Like you'll find me on Facebook, everything. Just put Hush the Kid together, and that's it.
Nice.
So Google me.
Google.
Google.